everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 2 of the Grimoire of Zero. Now, I really do like this show. One thing I really do, usually have issues with fantasy shows is that usually fantasy shows have some weaker notes. Like either maybe the characters aren't that likable, or the world building isn't that great, or maybe just the fantasy elements aren't that great or have been done before. The Grimoire of Zero is kind of taking a very traditional sense with the characters. It's trying to make it where they are very deep despite their only, one named kind of concept. Like for example, the guy's name is Mercenary. The one girl's name is Zero. The kid right now, I don't even think has a name. If he does, forgive me, I forgot what it is. It's probably a number though. I kind of dig that. I think that the show knows what it's working with. It's not just trying to make a trope-filled show. It's trying to make a show that you can really enjoy the cast of characters and the world. You're not given everything up front. Like, I think the idea of not having their names revealed was a good idea, actually. Because it's like many other things in the story so far. We're at episode 2, yet I really don't know beyond, the main concept what the hell is going on with anything else. We learn more about the witch hunts this episode where, the mercenary and his group actually are going to join in on a witch hunt. Really just kind of get more information to see if they can find, 13 who they're looking for. But ironically enough, it's during certain events that lead up to a greater kind of misunderstanding where the young boy finds in the lake a ring. And when he brings that to the village, they're treated with open arms. Like, oh, you guys are going to help us fight the witches. Beast Fallen is great because they're so strong and reliable. They're kissing his ass, essentially. But they're doing it enough that, it's hidden away where it makes it look like hospitality rather than just pure blatant kiss ass. But what's messed up is that at one point the granny shows up from this one little house and she says that her ring disappeared. And of course the young boy actually has the ring on. He tries to tell her that, hey, I found the ring in the stream for you, but right away they grab him, think he's a thief. They push him aside. They learn that he's a witch, and right away they think, oh wait, a Beast Fallen's working with witches, that must mean you guys are just evil in general. And thus the chase begins where they have to run away for their lives and try to escape. Luckily they're actually helped out by the granny later on, who actually even goes into detail about one of the greater witches of the series, which we learn more about in this episode. So in that case, Serena is who we learn about the most of this episode, where we learn that Serena apparently was a witch that actually stopped the plague, which apparently was hitting town after town after town. And instead of being rewarded or praised as a great witch, she was treated like the person who caused it and killed at the stake. So they actually burned her alive. Yeah, really, that's awesome, right? You save everyone and you're considered the actual one who caused everything. It's awesome. Good. Some people. But what was interesting though is we learned that there are a lot more witches that hide around because of the fact that stuff like that happened. Because, for example, the granny actually was... I kind of called it, but she was a witch. I called that in my head. I'm like, oh, she could be a witch. Watch out. I knew it. But she's been hiding herself ever since she fell in love with a human. And, they wanted to be together, so they didn't want to get persecuted and killed. So she hid her powers away from people. And Serena told her that. Gave her the ring, actually, which is the one she gave to her husband. That's why the ring's so important to her. Now, I'll say right now, besides even the great concept of the characters and the great story, I really dig. I said this last episode, but I'm really hoping that everything works out for Zero and the Mercenary. Their camaraderie and their already kind of coupleship is so cute. Like, there's a scene in the house that they kind of are running away from, and they get into this other house. And in that house, she's leaning on him saying, I'm glad you were able to talk with me about these things because I would feel really lonely if I couldn't talk to someone like you. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Why do I feel like something's gonna happen between everyone? Don't listen, Grimoire of Zero, please don't pull something bad. Don't pull in the comic got killed or something like that. Don't have these characters die off. I want them to become a couple. I really do. Even if if anything, at least a couple before they die, that'd be good. Well, we'll hope. We'll see what happens, right? Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. This episode was solid. I think that of the show so far this season, I'm really saying that this is probably my favorite so far, even though it's only been 2 episodes in comparison to other shows being 3 or 4 episodes in. I like this one the best so far. Anyways, guys and girls, leave comments below. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. This way you can follow me, look at my reviews, help me out, Help me out. I scratch my back, I scratch yours. I give you good quality content. You guys give me subscribers. No? Anyways, have a great day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.